Hey everybody, it's Jason Wood at 11 O'Clock Comics, and we are back with another episode of Comics on Shelves for the week of Wednesday, February 15th. I hope you all had a lovely Valentine's Day, whether you were celebrating with someone you love or just giving yourself some self-care, either way. But we're going to love on 5 books that have me most excited to pick up this week. Terry Moore is back at it with Parker Girls number 5. This time the action heats up as Kachu returns to her roots as a Parker girl. And as you can imagine, things don't go according to plan because the billionaire that Tambi's been targeting recognizes Kachu from back in the day. Sean Murphy, who went by Sean Gordon Murphy for a while, but I guess is just back to being Sean Murphy, gives us the 8th and final issue of Batman Beyond the White Knight, which is the latest in his long-running universe of Bat stories, all interconnected. I've very much enjoyed everything that Murphy has brought to the table over these last few years in this world. I think it's some of the best Batman comics that DC puts out, and I, for one, have found this arc to be particularly gripping. I'm taking a leap of faith here with this next pick, The Last Barbarians number 1. It's written and drawn by the team of Brian Haberlin and Gerard Van Dyke. And while it's an image book, I should note that it's really part of the Shadowline imprint, which is Jim Valentino's long-running imprint. This is a fantasy epic surrounding a young woman named Sylve, who has to care for her disabled older brother, and is given a quest from a cleric in a D&D fantasy realm. I know Haberline said that for him this was finally getting a chance to write a comic that was essentially a fun D&D campaign. So for you fantasy buffs out there, hopefully this is a dark horse hit. We wrap up the week with 2 Marvel X book picks, and if you're a regular watcher of these videos, you know that shouldn't be much of a surprise. Up first, we have XMen number 19, written by Jerry Duggan, with art by Stefano Caselli. This is the start of a new arc called Lord of the Brood, and as you can imagine, it is the X-Men fighting Brood in space. A fairly classic trope for longtime X-Men fans, but when it's done well, I do find it quite entertaining. And I think the fact that this is tying into Captain Marvel, another character that I think is probably a bit underrated in the Marvel Universe, I'm here for it. And finally, to no surprise of most of you, my top pick for the week is Nightcrawlers, number 1 of 3. This is the latest in the 11-issue Sins of Sinister event. Book is written by Cy Spurrier with art by Paco Medina, and this takes place 10 years into the future, where Mr. Sinister has a new team of ne'er-do-wells called the Legion of the Night, and the conceit is that they are a super team of Nightcrawler hybrids led by Wagnerine, yes, a hybrid of Wolverine and Nightcrawler. Seems like big dumb fun, which is sometimes all you really need from a superhero book, and the first few components of Sins of Sinister have been home runs, so hopefully this continues the hot streak. And that does it for the week. We kept it short this week, but hopefully that doesn't mean you aren't excited by a bunch of books on the shelves. I certainly am. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends. And more importantly, make sure, if you're a fan of comics podcasts, you head over to your feed of choice and subscribe to 11 O'Clock Comics, our long-running flagship show, which is going on nearly 15 years of comics conversation excellence. You can also find us at 11o'clockcomics.com, where you can search for and listen to over 800 prior archival episodes for free. And check us out at patreon.com/11o'clockcomics if you want to support us and join in the conversation more directly, or facebook.com/groups/11o'clockcomics. That's all for now. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will be back early next week.